Butler, in honor of Tin Cup, I've got my 7-iron, my trusty 7-iron, which never fails me.
Is that actually a 7-iron?
Yes, it is a 7-iron.
Oh, wow. All right.
So you need to get through the summary. By the time I hit this, I hit 500 times on the old 7-iron here. Okay, here we go.
All right, let's see if I can do it. All right, here we go.
That was all right, so that didn't work. So you win. Good job.
Yeah, look at that. I got some
Tin
money.
Cup. 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this is Forgotten Cinema. Each episode, we highlight a film that, for a variety of reasons, was forgotten by audiences. Whether it be a more popular movie was released at the same time, or the film simply didn't catch on with an audience in its initial run. We discuss what we love about the movie, or perhaps don't, but we always recommend you revisit it. You never know. You might find your own forgotten gem. If you like us or kind of are into what we talk about, we would love to hear from you. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. Half the time I don't post there because nobody responds, but that's fine. That's cool. I'm not bitter about it. I'm just joking. We would love to hear from you. We have a backlog of over 300 plus episodes for your listening and viewing pleasure. What's up?
Oh, nothing much. As you know, in college, I was a pretty big deal in the golf world. I was a great striker.
Yeah.
Me and my partner, Sonny Crockett, we were touring the links in West Texas or East, wherever we were in Texas.
I can feel it calling in the air tonight. Sorry.
And I was doing really good, and then I left college. I never really applied myself or went for any of the big swings, as it were, pun intended. And so, now I own a little golf range in the middle of the desert. Me and my buddy Cheech, we're just
Romeo.
No, it's Cheech. We're just hitting balls and trying to
gripping it and ripping it,
trying to teach people how to play golf and scrape by on $7 an hour. But I'm gonna have to sell my golf course to my stripper ex-girlfriend because
your driving range.
My driving range, because I'm massively in debt. There's this new girl I like who's a psychiatrist who is dating Sonny Crockett, but we all know Sonny Crockett's not a one-woman man, so I don't understand why she thinks she could be with him. But whatever. And I want her back. I want her. So what I'm going to do is impress her by not being a loser and by
finishing what you started,
finishing what I started, getting through all the regionals, getting selected to be in the U.S. Open because they'll allow anybody in apparently, and and winning that thing.
You have to qualify, but yes,
after qualifying, that's why I say I got to do the regionals and stuff. And along the way, I'm going to kind of learn nothing because my hubris is really just I have got ego up the wazoo, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
Ooh.
But it's a memorable thing, and that's what's important.
That's right. We are doing Tin Cup. I would say, and I don't know how much you know, but I would say pretty much it's arguably, I think it's one of the best golf movies ever made.
As someone who doesn't really like golf or play golf,
really?
I don't really care about golf.
I like golf.
But Tin Cup was my selection this week because I really like this movie.
Yeah.
I would say this and Happy Gilmore are my two favorite golf movies.
Okay. But I do play golf. And so I do enjoy golf.
I figured this one's probably better for an actual golf fan.
It's an expensive hobby to have, but yes, obviously, if it talks about all the stuff that Tin Cup talks about in the movie about the poetry of golf is very relevant. But there's nothing like when you're just on the course and it's just you and you're just walking and you're pretty much all these courses, the way they're built, with the exception of obviously a lot of the courses that are in the metropolitan areas, they're built within the woods. So you are walking and then a fox will dart in front of you. So you are this is as close to nature as somebody who doesn't want to go camping. You're there. So it is definitely a poetic, serene moment sometimes when you're playing golf. When you're hitting well, you're doing all right. There are moments when you're shanking everywhere and chili dipping.
Got the shanks?
Yeah, when I first started, all I would do was slice. And I even hit somebody one time, which is a story I usually
with the club or the ball.
With the ball.
Okay,
it's a story I usually tell when I'm golfing with people. It's our first time, and that I always have that's always my anecdote. I hit some guy right off the back. He wouldn't move, and I told him I sliced, and he was like, "You're fine," right off the back. So that's a good time. Good times.
I forgot to add Caddyshack before the comments destroy me.
No.
I also like Caddyshack.
I like Caddyshack as well, but I still think that this is I would say arguably, because I know there's, I think I had a list of like
The Legend of Bagger Vance.
No, I would put Caddyshack. I would put Happy Gilmore in the top 3 with this, but I really think Tin Cup is the best golf movie. And we can get into why a little bit. But let's get into the facts and then we'll talk about the film itself. Tin Cup has a runtime of 135 minutes. It's rated R. Production budget of $45 million. Came out on August 16th, 1996. So later end of the summer film, which is always...
I think that's probably a good place for it.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. Opening weekend, they did $10 million. Its domestic take was 54. Its international take was 22 for a worldwide total of $76 million. That's a pretty good expectation for a golf movie, a summer film that's a drama almost, drama comedy, but not really.
Doesn't speak to a wide audience.
It's not an action film. It's not like a big summer type, be like more like the summer fair in 96. I think 96 was Mission Impossible on Memorial Day, I believe.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. Production company was New Regency Productions and Warner Brothers, and it was distributed by Warner Brothers. So I said it came out on the 16th of August. Let's go back a week to August 9th, where you had a wide release of Escape from LA.
Oh, I didn't realize it's that old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Escape
from LA's got the surfing scene, which I hate. But it's got Bruce Campbell, which is awesome.
I think Escape from LA is I think now it's more of a cult classic.
It's definitely goofier than Escape from New York. Yeah.
You also had Jack, which is Robin Williams is a kid, but he's like aging 4 times as. So he's like, he's the body of a 40-year-old man, but he's 10 years old.
It's called in real life. It's called Porphyria.
The movie's dumb.
Something
like I watched it.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I used to like Jack, but I haven't watched it in quite some time. So probably like
I watched the trailer and I'm laughing because I'm like, this can't be good. Like I remember seeing it. I don't think I ever went back to it. So sorry. A limited release of Basquiat, the movie about the famous artist. And then the week that this came out, the 16th, Tin Cup went up against a wide release of The Fan. Hey, Bobby! The Fan. Bordello of Blood, which is a good one. The lesser of the Tales from the Crypt movies. You like Bordello of Blood?
I do.
Oh God, no.
It's the only thing I like. What's his face in? I'm not a big Dennis Miller guy, but I actually like Bordello of Blood. Granted, if I saw it in the theaters, I'd probably have been pissed I saw it in theaters. But it's a great watch when you're on. I just love in the trailer.
In the trailer, he's going to find out what happened to her brother, which is Corey Feldman, and you see him, and then at the end of the trailer, he's a vampire. So it's like, I guess I already know what happened to him. From Bordello of Blood, I always remember Angie Everhart being like, "Hello, lover."
Yep,
always remember that. But yeah, no, I'm comparing it to Demon Knight. I think Demon Knight's better. That's why I'm saying that.
I've seen Bordello of Blood more times than Demon Knight, so I'd have to see Demon Knight. I know you have Demon Knight on the list. I think
we know why you saw Bordello of Blood more than Demon Knight.
No, that's not why.
We know why.
It used to be. It used to be on TV a lot when I was coming home from school.
Yeah. Sure, buddy. Hey, no, listen, man. Whatever you need.
There were better movies than that I could have watched.
You also had House Arrest, the Kevin Pollak, Jamie Lee Curtis trapped with Jennifer Love Hewitt's in that. That's actually I actually didn't mind that movie when it came out.
That was all right.
Yeah. You also had a limited release of Kansas City, which is the Robert Altman film about Kansas City, about its birth and how it first came about and stuff like that. That has a lot of people in it. Dermot Mulroney, unfortunately doing blackface. Well, he robs somebody and he has blackface.
So
he's trying to.
So he's not like
pin it onto the mob.
Okay, it's part of the story. It's not like
no.
We're making him a black.
No. It's not like Soul Man.
It's okay.
Right? See, Thomas? All right, anyways. All right, so the week after, I told you, I don't care anymore. The week after, the 23rd of August, you had a wide release of a Very Brady sequel, The Island of Dr. Moreau, which I kind of want to go back and watch, but I know it's not good.
That'd be a good one, though, because there's be so much behind the scenes stuff for us to talk about. Yeah.
Carpool, the David Paymer led film with David Paymer. It has to take his kids to do the carpool because his wife's sick.
Right.
He gets kidnapped by Tom Arnold.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Solo, the Mario Van Peebles movie.
Yep. Okay.
Did you know Adrian Brody's the guy who is in that? He's the guy who makes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How old is Adrian Brody?
Seriously, I was like, Adrian. All I'm thinking when we watch these older films and we see so many people, like in the movie, like Basquiat, what I'm talking about, has a ton of people in it.
Really?
And I'm watching it. And as we're watching these films, I'm thinking to myself, these are good for realies. Like these are good for like connecting people to movies. You also had limited releases of She's the One, which is the Ed Burns. I think it was his follow-up to The Brothers McMullen, which I don't know if you saw that one. She's the One's pretty good. They're all, I like Ed Burns stuff, the ones that he's written and directed. Edward Burns, excuse me. Foxfire, which is Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
The Spitfire Grill, which is kind of like I think it's a foreign film. I don't know if it takes place here or overseas. And then the movie Freeway with Reese Witherspoon, or is she like, it's weird. The movie's like she it just goes on a killing spree or something like that. It's
Really?
exactly. It's
Okay.
It's almost like her character from
Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah. It's almost like her character from
Legally Blonde, just going crazy.
Not that, yeah, but like angrier and yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. This film is directed by Ron Shelton. He's done Bull Durham, White Man Can't Jump, the original White Man Can't Jump,
Which we've done on the show.
we have, and Cobb. He also wrote this. It was the original writer was John Norville, who wrote Jungle Cruise, and then Ron Shelton grabbed kind of did a rewrite. He has also written Bull Durham, which he got nominated for an Oscar. He's done The Best of Times,
That movie we did.
and the movie Blue Chips. So Ron Shelton does a lot of sports movies, which are all pretty. Bull Durham's great, but he does a lot of
Chips.
Blue Chips is with Shaquille O'Neal. It's about the Nick Nolte's the coach
okay.
at the.
Yeah.
It's kind of before when they're paying players, when now they can't play players. Cinematographer was Russell Boyd, who won an Oscar for Master and Commander.
The movie we did, and I love.
And I know there's another title to that, but I don't really want to.
There's supposedly Amazon. I think it's Amazon is working on a series.
Whatever.
That's going to
Everybody's got a series. You just talked about the Cape Fear series.
Yeah, but I'm excited for the Master and Commander series because it's based on a series of books. It's not like we're going to take one movie and be like, all right.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Boyd has also done Picnic at Hanging Park and Gallipoli. Composer was William Ross, who's done Cops and Robertsons, The Evening Star, and Tuck Everlasting.
Hey, I know Tuck Everlasting.
There you go.
I don't think it's.
You know Cops and Robertsons with Jack Palance and Chevy Chase.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just didn't remember the title.
Yeah. And The Evening Stars with Shirley MacLaine.
I don't know if I know that one.
Yeah. That's like I don't want to say it's a follow-up to Terms of Endearment, but I think a lot of the same people are involved.
Okay. I know Terms of Endearment, obviously.
Yeah. Edited by Paul Sedor and Kimberly Ray. Sedor has done Hollywood Homicide and Obsessed. And Ray has done The Program, Major League 2, and 8 episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Major League 2 is great.
It is.
And Hollywood Homicide, I was thinking about that a few months ago. Like, I want to go back and rewatch it.
Sure.
Because I like Josh Hartnett and I obviously love Harrison Ford. And I was like, I remember watching it and going, that was all right.
Yeah.
But not like great.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I'd still have the same opinion.
Probably not.
Because it's the movie that made Josh Hartnett also like quit Hollywood. So I'm like,
That's probably
I gotta rewatch it.
That's probably the best thing that happened because he goes off and finds himself and kind of
comes back better than before.
Yeah.
But I do remember the one thing I remember about Hollywood Homicide is the line that Harrison Ford says was, if I remember to take my the woman he's like about to make out with, can you even get it up? Well, if I remember to take my ginseng, or if I take my ginseng so that I can remember to take my Viagra or whatever that may be. I was like, that's a good line.
Yeah, so there you go, Hollywood Homicide. All right, this film it doesn't have it has a big cast, but not really a big cast. That's like the same.
It's got a lot of little supporting players. Yeah, his fans.
Kevin Costner's our Roy McAvoy, our our golf pro. He's won 2 Oscars for directing and Best Picture. He's for Dancing with Wolves or both. He's also in JFK, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and The Bodyguard. And
Perfect World, which was a movie we did.
And
Night Shift, where he appears the first time. Open Range, which is a movie we did.
Renee Russo as Dr. Molly Griswold. She is the love interest of Roy McAvoy, and David Sims, which I'll get to. She's in Get Shorty, Nightcrawler, Thomas Crown Affair, and Ransom.
You're also in Thomas Crown Affair. Ransom's a movie we did.
If you can find me, I don't think I'm in the
bottom of his legs.
There I am, walking to the cart, pretending I'm buying a hot dog while the guy offends the woman next to me. All right, anyways. Don Johnson as Mike was talking about.
Sonny Crockett.
From David. He plays David Sims. He's obviously in the TV show Miami Vice, Django Unchained, and the movie Knives Out.
Movie we did
for
our now show, or for a lead up to our now showing for Wake Up Dead Man.
Cheech Marin as Romeo. He is McAvoy's best friend. He's also his caddy from Born in East LA, Up in Smoke, and the TV show Nash Bridges, which he'll go on actually right after this movie to go star in Nash Bridges.
Same year, right?
Yeah, with Don Johnson. Linda Hart as Doreen. She is the stripper who is Roy McAvoy's ex, but also owns the driving range now.
Yep.
She's in A Perfect World.
Movie we did.
Yep. And Get Shorty. Dennis Berkeley as Earl. These are the friends of McAvoy. He's in Stop or Mama Shoot or Hollywood Homicide as well. Rex Lynn is Dewey from Cliffhanger and Wyatt Earp. He's got the mustache and he's the balding guy. Lou Myers is Clint, the wedding planner in Volcano, and Richard Lineback is Kurt from Speed and Natural Born Killers. His group, his
fan club, his posse.
Yeah, there you go.
Do they work at the range or they just like chill at the range?
I think they just hang out.
It's just him and
I don't think
Romeo
anybody works at all.
Romeo works there because Romeo, you see him cleaning balls and stuff.
He's on the range, but I don't think the others work. They just hang
chill out.
Yeah, in the lounge area and you probably like harass customers that come in.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to drive. I'll drive the 503 miles to the next one.
All right. So you had seen this in theaters and you said you liked it?
Not in theaters, but I have seen it.
Oh, okay. All right. I actually
in
watched
1996 when I was 9 years old. I wasn't like, let's go see Tin Cup.
Well, when I was 21, I did see this in theaters because I was working at the theater at the time.
And it was free. Yeah.
Of course. And I like Kevin Costner. I like Bull Durham. I like Ron Shelton. So I was into that. So what'd you think? What you got? What you got for me? Bring it. Hit me.
It's not as funny as I remember. It really is kind of almost a little bit more of a drama.
Right.
I remember it being a lot more comedy. I do remember Kevin Costner is kind of a loser and a kind of a buffoon, which I really like seeing Kevin Costner play this kind of character because he's usually so Kevin Costner-esque in his movies. He's usually like the cowboy or, he's the postman or he's, in JFK, he's the fancy lawman. It's always like.
It's a DA, Jim Garrison.
DA, yeah. But he's never like, this is like, he's such a loser. And he's got comedy chops. He plays everything really well. He's believable. He's likable, even though he also is kind of obnoxious. So that's the thing I remember most about this movie is how different it is for a role for Kevin Costner and how much I enjoyed seeing him play this role. The golf stuff, I didn't remember how like golfy it is. And like, I don't care about it. I don't know. I used the 7-iron. So I don't know what the hell a 7-iron is. I know a wedge, I'm right here, putter, and that's it. I don't even really know what a wedge is.
Here we go. Quick education. So you use your drivers on obviously off the tee. When they call the big dog, that's your driver.
Because you're striking it and you're going.
And you want a distance. That's going to give you your most distance. That's the one you hit off the tee. When they're in the fairway, they start using the 3 woods and 5 woods. That's all about distance. So you would use your 3 wood. Like now, granted, now like the PGA Tour players now are just they're like the clubs that I have
are
okay, but they are not enhanced like the clubs that the PGA Tour pros have.
Seems like cheating.
And they have such their swings are fantastic. But anyways, so you like if you're going to go from 200 yards out, you might want to do a 3 wood, but a 3 wood and a 3-iron are kind of the same. So it depends upon how you want to. I know you're staring at me like what?
I'm like,
it depends on how you want to strike the ball. But when if you want to get under the ball more, you use your irons. And as you get closer to the hole, that's when your clubs go up. So the closer you are to the hole, you're going, it's a pitching wedge if you're like right around.
Right.
If you're in the sand, you're a sand wedge.
Right.
When they say about flopping, they now have flopping wedges and that's all about the degree of the wedge itself to get under the ball. And then like you go back 9, 8, 7, 6, and it's all about yardage. Now he's right though, because the 7-iron is an iron that's widely known that you can do it in different ways. So you can choke up on the 7 and use it as a pitching wedge. You can full swing it and hit it from you can hit for like 175, 180. You can come up and just kind of you go halfway and hit it. It's a very versatile wedge. But that's what he's talking about. It's just about length and distances to the hole and how you want to get there. But like also like the wedge itself, obviously the degrees of the wedge itself to get under the ball.
I did notice his 7 really has like a nice.
So as you get closer, as the wedges, as the irons get higher, the clubs get leaner like this, so that get under the ball. So you might want to use let's say you want to use a 9, or you want to use the pitching wedge. You want to get there because you might go over and you might backspin it to come back to the hole. So like just stuff like that. So that's what he's talking about with all that stuff.
There's your lesson, guys.
But anyways, yeah. So, I mean, I know because I play golf. I think I like the golf stuff. But the best thing about this movie in terms of the golf is that Kevin Costner knows how to swing a club. Because I cannot stand, and we've talked about this before, in sports movies.
Oh, when they don't know how to play?
When they don't know, they're not athletic and they don't know how to play the sport. I hate that.
I think that goes with every movie, though, when someone's supposed to be a professional in their field.
Yeah.
And you watch a movie and it's clear that the actor or the director didn't make the actor go do the thing for a little while or observe, because it's obnoxious when you like the people that do military movies and you like even like the basic stuff. You're like,
they go to camp. They send them to basics.
A lot the good movies
to learn that stuff.
So why would you send golf camp? Didn't we watch a movie where they sent somebody to basketball camp?
I don't.
We were talking about it.
Were we?
Least. Yeah, somebody went to basketball camp for a
movie. Was it White
like,
Man Can't Jump? Because
maybe
Woody Harrelson knew how to
jump.
Well, but again, Wesley Snipes
didn't
know how to play baseball. Doesn't know how to play baseball. He's in Major League because they hide him half the time.
Right.
When he's hitting the ball, you can tell, like with Kevin Costner. So the guy in the movie that you remember when he hits the ball.
Oh yeah. Yep. He's his trainer.
Yeah. Gary McCord. Yeah. He's a professional golfer. Obviously he trained him, helped him on his swing. But a lot of the shots in the movie Costner is making are Costner doing those shots, which is nice. Great. Because then it allows you to have those shots where you're pulled back and you see him swing and the ball lands.
Those are really cool shots.
Right.
The first shot he makes over the water,
right
toward the end when it pulls all the way, I was like, that is a really cool shot.
Yeah, that's like that allows you to do shots like that. Otherwise, you're cutting it up and it stinks.
Yeah,
that's kind of like my biggest takeaway with Costner in this role. But also, he knows how to play it. And you're right, his comedic chops. I would even go even further. Like he's obviously masking like his obnoxiousness and his like, little comments and his like philosophical comments. They're all masking his insecurity because then you see him later on.
Right.
It's not just a one note character of Roy McAvoy. He is layered because he has issues.
Yes. I think that's my biggest takeaway from this watch is not the comedy. It's that he's very relatable in that kind of like, and you could see like me with my acting or, writing or like as a
you could say me, that's
writing
fine.
and directing and stuff.
All creatives are
creatives. Yeah. It's like that kind of like insecurity to like, just push it, just do the damn thing. Like have an audition tape, send it out. Don't be afraid to send it out because he's got the skills, but he was always afraid to go to the qualifier, go to the US Open. It's not that he couldn't, he knew he could. And he just was afraid to go for it. And I think that really speaks to a lot of, I would think, players, a lot of creatives. And I think like that was a really good message that I didn't get the first time I saw this movie because I was focused more on him being a loser and it was funny and ha ha. And you're right that he's layered because you watch the movie and he's like, oh, so he's doing this all for a girl. And then she rejects him right away and he's still like, no, I'm gonna do it because he's committed and Romeo's pushing him and he's just like, I gotta prove that I can do it now. And it's a very layered thing because sometimes the first thing that makes you want to do something isn't the thing that makes you want to keep doing it or the thing that pushes you and drives you.
Right.
Which is really nice. Which also another thing I like is that he gets the girl 3/4 of the way through the movie. So that's not like that doesn't become the focus of the movie. Right.
And Molly comes to a realization of what, you kind of get it towards the end. Like she's never been with somebody that just goes for it. Like she's never been with somebody that just kind of like, does that.
Yeah.
Like those
plays it safe all the time.
Exactly. She's always with somebody like, cause that's the whole David Sims character. He always plays it safe. He always lays it up, as they say, instead of going for the green, 230 yards, going for the green against the win. Sims is going to lay up because that's the smart play, but the smart play doesn't win you championships. And, but like Roy says, he has that quote where he's like, success courts failure. Like there's a fine line between success and failure, but you have to be willing to risk the failure in order to get to success. Obviously, at the end of the film, he does risk that. He doesn't win the US Open, but what he has won is he is now going to be remembered.
The adoration of everybody.
Yeah, for that. And he's going to come back and play next year. Like that's the thing. Like he can do it. He, like you said, like he can do this and he can be the type of player that he wants to be and still find success. And you have to imagine that down the next year, he's going to win some games.
Oh, I imagine the next year he's not pushing that. He's going to be a little bit more, because it's the same issue of the end of Collateral where it's like Jamie Foxx's taxi cab driver not going for the limousine company. It's like, he's never going to be with Jada Pinkett Smith's lawyer.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go for stuff, because she's not going to want to be with a loser. If he continues to be his character at that driving range, Rene Russo's not staying with him. He's going to have to learn and grow.
Because that's his safe play. Oh, that's his safe play. Staying. His David Sims safe play is staying at the range and just living that life of leisure and not worrying about getting himself in any kind of situation that's going to make him feel bad or make him not like himself. He has to be willing to do that. So that's evident in the scene in the bar when he is at his lowest and Molly comes in and pushes him and says, I bet you he can do this. And it's almost like, it doesn't matter. Like that was his lowest moment, but he turns it around and he makes it a rallying cry to his biggest moment where he can rebound from this. It's not that big of a deal. So I think that's like, and when you watch that scene, on its face, it's a funny moment because it's like, oh, he did it. Oh, it's great.
Hit the Pelican.
And then you find out that that's based sort of on a Gary McCord story. Yes. Also, the ending of the film is based on a Gary McCord story. He did it in
I can't believe that's based on, he really did do that.
Like that stuff is just adds a different layer to it because it's awesome. But that's how you have, honestly, if you want to be what Roy McAvoy wants to be, you have to be able to be okay to fail. You want to do a podcast, you have to be okay getting 5 views in your first week. First
5 years.
I mean, come on. But anyways, that's the thing. Like Mike and I do this, and you don't think we get heat? You don't think that we get people who talk back to us, and or don't even say anything but think it, like, oh, you do a podcast, whatever.
Yeah,
that's
right.
fine. That's fine. But like, we don't do it for that. We don't do it for them. We do it for us.
For the love of the game.
Another good Kevin Costner sports movie. But anyways, I digress. But my point is that there are a lot of deeper lessons and layers to everything that's going on in this film. It's not just a golf pro makes it big.
Yes.
It's about a
guy who has a lot of issues to deal with,
right?
Has the skill, but realize, and that's the other thing. It's so real because people that have hubris, people that have like think they're great and their shit doesn't stink. Like they also have
you need to have. You have to have a big ego to survive.
Sure.
You're absolutely right.
But then also has all that self-doubt.
Yeah.
Which is something I think gets really underplayed in a lot of things with people that have those egos. It's just like, oh, they survive. Like I love Rocky. And Rocky has self-doubt, but Rocky's got a lot of ego after Rocky 1. Like he knows he can go the distance. He knows this. And there's self-doubt and like, you want to break it down? I'm afraid. But he doesn't really know why he's afraid. Whereas I think what's great is Costner's character,
Roy McAvoy.
Roy. It was like Sunday. It's like, that's not a bad guy. Roy knows exactly what's wrong with him. I joked up. I didn't do this. In the bar scene, I love when he's talking to Romeo about everything he didn't do right, because he knows exactly what he needs to do, but he can't. Well, he can't fight his nature, which is, I think, very realistic.
He's got that great quote, which I think is a quote that everybody should use and think about when your time comes. When a defining moment comes along, you define the moment, or the moment defines you. Yeah, that sounds hokey, but it's
true.
Pretty much true. Yeah. If you don't recognize a moment, or you don't recognize a chance for you to stand up and do something, if you do nothing, then that moment's going to define you. If you just do something, do anything, because it doesn't matter if I'm talking to somebody and I'm making a point and the person to me is like, oh, you're full of it, and they walk away. That point might be made to somebody else I don't know, and that and you see it all the time. Movies that come up. I really like what you said there. Like that's the thing. If you do nothing, then nothing will happen. Do something whenever you can. If you recognize that moment,
which is what he's constantly telling Sonny.
Yes.
It's like, stop. Don't do like they have such a great.
He means David Sims, but yes.
David Sims. Why do I keep saying Sonny?
Because Sonny Crockett, he called him Sonny Crockett for the entire beginning of the thing.
So Dave, like he's telling David like all this stuff, like you got to do, even when they're on the field at the US Open, when they're clearly competing for the same girl, when he's clearly like just their enemies now, he's still telling them, go for it. Stop doing this. And at the end, that with the water hazard, he's like, don't putt it. Don't do it. Like, go for it.
He has that line where like Sims he's like, 18 pars. He's like, 18 pars, I'll take him. He's like, you do it and I'll own you. Like that's the thing. But that's like, and that's like, you are playing against each other, but at golf, you're playing the course. So it's really not, it's not, Mike and I are not like, yeah, we both want to do well, but like our enemy is the same enemy. It's the course.
Yeah.
And we're trying to best the course better than the other person. So while there is a rivalry, it's not necessarily like,
basketball, football,
it's me and you against the course. And at the end of the day, you face the same villain, you face the same course. So there's a respect there. Like, like if I win or Mike wins, it's like, great job, man, I messed this up. It's not like Mike came over and kicked the ball into the water. It's like he executed the shot and I couldn't execute. So it's on me, but it's not anything he did. So that's another reason why, like, yes, it's competitive, but there is that kind of mutual respect for each other. Even with him leaving, even with him taking his girl, I mean, it's not like they're going to be fighting on the course. It just,
it
is what it is.
Plus, he doesn't care.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, yeah, you got my girl.
Let's talk about how it's $4 for a jumbo bucket at the driving range. And it's like $20 now these days. Ridiculous.
Inflation.
Did you catch the Herbie the Love Bug cameo?
Is that what was it? Herbie?
That stripe. That's Herbie. Yeah. That's
okay. Yeah. I saw like the Volkswagen. I don't know if he's.
Yeah, I see you, Herbie.
When he's got the shanks. Why am I doing that?
The chili dipper.
Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Had to be inside.
There's also, if you caught it, there is at the end of the film. After the ball goes in the cup and Roy says to Romeo, he's like, I didn't come here to play for no second. And Sims will always be second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's like, that's the same That's the same exact phrasing. That's the same exact thought process from Talladega Nights. If you're not first, you're last. So I was like, interesting. Like, okay. So that kind of flips that, but I thought that was interesting.
Doesn't matter if you win by a minute or a mile.
Exactly.
I also like that Roy's playing for, like, toward the end, he realizes he's got the stupid sponsors, which he says one wrong.
Yeah.
He says like Waldo and it's Wally or something.
Or Woody's. Yeah. Who cares?
But he's playing against these professionals, and toward the end, I feel like he knows he's not gonna win. And he's playing to be him. Mm-hmm. Like he sees them slice, especially that there's that one shot at the very before he shoots his shot, where it's like the guy like swings a perfect hit.
Jacobson, the guy ahead of him.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'm not winning this.
Well, he had if he birdied that last hole, he
would have won. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which at the end, I forgot that it rolls back. I'm like, oh, that sucks. I like that at the end when he picks up the ball out of the cup, he throws it in the water hazard. Yeah. I was like, that's nice.
And I love the three guys that jump in just for the ball. That's great. They jump in, it's great. And like, you really, that's the ball. I'm sure there's like 30 to 40 balls.
I was thinking the same thing. Each one of them should bring up a ball. Like, I got it.
Yeah. And you could tell like they're jumping in water that died, because when they jump in, it splashes up. It's all like that dyed blue. I'm like, oh, God.
Yum.
All right. So, we pretty much both like this movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Are there any moments in the movie you don't like?
I think
I've got two. I've got one I have one moment that has always cringed me ever since I watched it in 96. And then I've got something else, but go ahead.
I think that it's kind of unrealistic that Rene Russo would fall for Kevin Costner's character Roy's at the beginning.
Right at the beginning,
even consider it. Yeah, I find like any of their connection to be completely like, all right, it's a movie, because he's kind of creepy around her. He is a loser. He looks like he smells. I just don't.
It's Texas.
I don't.
It's the heat of Texas.
I just don't buy it. And then I don't buy the scene when he gets Romeo back. Mm-hmm. I don't buy it. He doesn't really apologize. Romeo is so devastated by his friend sabotaging himself, and that is such a great scene where they're breaking the clubs. Mm-hmm. And Roy's kind of right, because he drives it and he wins the course, but he's wrong because he's not listening to Romeo. He's not playing the game right. He's self-sabotaging like he always does, and I think there needed to be, I mean, I guess because it's guys, and we're not going to get too personal sometimes, but like Romeo is so devastated that I feel like there needed to be a little bit more in that scene, other than, Earl just can't carry those bags. So you like me? All right, let's it's funny.
Yeah.
But I feel like there needed to be something with a little bit more weight there.
I think you're right. Well, I think you hit the nail on the head there. I think they're guys, and I think that's their way of apologizing.
Right.
I think I don't think, maybe not in this point of the movie, in this point of Roy's life, is he ready to have that conversation where he's ready to apologize for something he did. But I think his apology is just what that conversation was. So I think that's what it is. I think it's just like guys like, hey, whatever. So that kind of thing. Okay. So when they all visit, when they come to the Waffle House, the whole gang comes to the Waffle House. That's great. And the next scene, they're all sleeping
in the
camper. It's like, guys, you came here. He didn't call you to come. You came here. Go get a hotel. Go get a hotel room.
They can't afford a hotel.
Why are you trying? Doreen has some little extra money. Maybe she said she'd take them someplace other than the Waffle House. I didn't understand that. Second, one of the other things, the video producer, just angry at Roy McAvoy.
Angry at everything.
Like he's just like a bitter old man. I'm like, I know it's like for laughs, but at one point I was like, God, calm down.
My whole thing is, why are you mad? You're the video guy. This is gold.
Yeah,
this guy just self-sabotaging himself is going to be on the news. This is going to be all
we need heroes, not pro driving range instructors. Blah, 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 yeah. But the biggest cringe moment I have is during the sex scene when they finally get together, which is fine. And he's doing and Roy's doing can I get a mulligan? That's fine. All that stuff's fine. The only one I don't like is when she's like, tee it up. I'm like, come on. I hate that. I want to say it sounds like it's ADR, but when he's like, can I get a mulligan? She goes on top and she's like, tee it up. I'm like, come on. That's not, I'm just like, oh, it's so disgusting to hear. I have always hated that moment. I don't remember this, but I want I'm hoping that back in '96 when I was watching this movie in theater, I was just like, no. I don't like that moment. I hate it. I hate that moment. That's on par with the woman, and the parachute in Air Force One as they just survived this incident, and she's like she's like smiling like she's on some kind of joyride.
She just became Postmaster General.
Ridiculous. That's on par with that. I have one review for you because we both like this movie, so I got a negative review.
Okay.
Todd McCarthy from Variety. Amiable and constantly amusing, rather than uproarious, this mangy tale of a ne'er-do-well's fitful assault on personal and professional respectability benefits greatly from Kevin Costner's ingratiatingly comic star turn, his most appealing work in years. I guess that was a good one.
Yeah, I was going to say, this sounds good.
Whatever. Whoops. But they liked it, so yeah.
All right.
Again, no negatives. Everyone loves this film, right?
I do think if anyone else other than Kevin Costner, I don't know if you feel the same way. I don't know if he would be as charming. I don't know if that character could be as likable.
I'm a big Kevin Costner fan. I think that his acting, I mean, I have not watched Yellowstone, primarily because people who like it, I don't like, so I don't watch it. I thought they don't like it. I don't trust their opinions. But everything he is in, it's like we talk about all the time. He is just at great ease with what he does. He's very confident. His acting style is just, it feels like he's living in the moment. It feels like he's not acting. He definitely has those moments, those tics where you see like that's Kevin Costner. But I don't know. I think that the way he's playing it, I think he's brought a lot of layered emotion to it. So I don't know if somebody's going to come into that material with that same
way.
Yeah, that same look. I mean, that same kind of like perspective. He worked with Ron Shelton before in Bull Durham, and Bull Durham's the same thing. Bull Durham's almost a very similar character where he's he's gonna, like, at the end of Bull Durham, he's gonna get the record for the most home runs in the minor leagues.
Right.
And he wants to tell everyone, he's like, don't say anything. I don't. Like, he does, because he doesn't want to be known for that. And I think so I think like there's a lot of stuff there with that character. So I think with this character, the McAvoy character, I don't know if somebody would come in and kind of, they'll give me a performance that, even though it's not fair because we've just seen, we've seen the Costner performance. So we know what we're up against.
Right.
I don't know. Back in the 90s though, like you're looking at like what, Tom Cruise, you're looking at like these are the,
Tom Cruise would be
he's
too young.
He's too young back then.
Ford Ford.
Maybe.
But I don't know if Harrison Ford could play that affable loser.
No, I agree with you. I don't think, I think you need somebody that like he's
Tom Selleck has a lot of charm.
Yeah. And
I don't know, maybe.
And this is a very weird note to have, but like Kevin Costner is not like, he doesn't have 6-pack abs in this film. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He's a dude. He's just a regular guy. And like at some point, like it's just when you watch TV or when you're watching movies and you see these guys and they're just completely ripped, it's like, there's no way in possible hell these people that have regular jobs would ever be this way. So
I mean, technically, Roy doesn't really have a job.
But what I'm saying is, he's not showing up with like 6 packs of abs and, and all that
eating
stuff.
Boxes of donuts at like.
But
midnight
that's what makes his character so much more relatable to people that watch.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you're going to get another actor that's going to want to do that.
Back then, I mean,
like a man's man, Butler, a real man. A manly man.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, Tom Selleck. Yeah.
I mean, Tom Selleck is in shape, but he's not like.
No, this
jacked.
is 90s Tom Selleck because we're saying like he's popular.
But also 90s Tom Selleck is older than would have been older than Kevin Costner.
Would he have been?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, then I mean, we'd have to go back and figure out who, like Mel Gibson, too young, too old.
Mel Gibson actually might have done a decent job. I don't think he could
play golf though.
He'd be a little angrier.
Yeah. You
don't think he could play golf? He'd have been a rich white actor in the 80s and 90s.
It doesn't mean he can play golf well.
Well, you get a trainer. I think it doesn't. I don't think it matters if an actor can already do the thing.
I think
when they get cast, but I think what matters is that actor willing to put in like a year's worth of effort with a trainer, with the director to learn
for this type of film? Probably not.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why I always love the thing about Matt Damon in The First Born Identity, learning like all these different fighting styles and learning boxing just because the director, what's the name of it? He's the guy who did Live, Die, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow, rather.
Oh, Doug
Liman did Born Identity. Go take a year's of boxing lessons.
Sure.
I like the way boxers walk. And so he learned boxing for an entire year just to walk like like that kind of like dedication to learning how to do a thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what matters. Because it's, in the end of the day, it's a movie. So yes, you want those long shots, but you don't need to play an entire game against pros and be like, yes, but you just have to look like you know the fundamentals of what you're doing.
So who you recommending this to?
I think a lot of people. I mean, I don't like golf, and I think this is a great movie. I think that, especially now that I'm older and I get like the character a lot more of Roy, I think he's a great relatable, not just sports hero, but everyman in dealing with things that a lot of people go through, and especially people with both a lot of ego and a lot of self-doubt at the same time, which kind of speaks to me. It clearly speaks to you as well, because we both really like this film. I think that I would recommend it to everybody. I mean, I do think it's kind of a guy's movie.
Yeah.
'Cause I think, like I said, I don't think Renee Russo really gets like the fact that she's so into him, like in a weird way, even though he's kind of a self-sabotaging loser, is kind of wonky. But yeah, I think I would recommend this to a lot of guys in their 20s and up.
I think this is a movie much like Slapshot, where a lot of people who are in the sport of hockey watch Slapshot because.
Sure. If you're a golfer, absolutely.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore's a funny movie. Happy Gilmore's
Everybody
great,
loves
but
Happy Gilmore.
I don't think Happy Gilmore. But like in terms of like if someone's like a PGA Tour or they love golf, I think Tin Cup speaks to them more than a movie like Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore's fun, but like Tin Cup is like more. It's fun, but it's in that world a little bit more. It's a little bit more realistic. And I think there's a lot more relatable stuff, especially for like, cause there's a lot of golfers that pick up the game later in their life and they didn't start out, or there's a lot of golfers that fell in love in the beginning, fell out of love it, and then came back to it.
There's still time for me.
There is. Trust me. A lot of deals are around, of course, but a lot of deals. But yeah, so, yeah, I agree with you. I think I would recommend it. It's definitely a guy film. It's definitely a film that for people that like the sport. So I don't know if everybody would be into it as much as we are. I mean, like we're picking up the layers of Costner's role and his character. I think a lot of people like character work. I'm already thinking about the person that we always think about. People that like characters that drive the story. I think a lot of the stuff that happens in the movie is not plot driven. It's character driven. It's driven by like.
Well, this is a very character because the U.S. Open's happening no matter what. Right. It's not like I've got to And
for those who don't know, Butler talked about it in the beginning. The U.S. Open is that way. You can anybody can qualify for the U.S. Open. You just have to win those qualifiers.
Which is crazy. I did not know that.
It's awesome.
I think that's really cool. That's very democratizing the sport.
It's great. I mean, yes, you have to be really good, but just to get the invite.
That's like NFL teams that do open trials.
Yeah. Absolutely. So there's always a chance for that to happen. There's always a chance for this type of story to happen in real life. Granted, you got to be well for 4 rounds and all that stuff. But yeah, that is definitely like that. All right. So then if we love it and it's wildly popular, then why is it forgotten?
It's from the mid 90s, which we talk about mid 90s films kind of taper off. I think the thing about the 90s is there's so many, that's like an era of, and the 80s somewhat, it's such an era of big films. And they overshadow some of these smaller films. I think this is a weird role for Kevin Costner in terms of he's the affable loser. And he's, like I said at the beginning, he's not usually. He's Kevin Costner. He's going to be this epic role. People that know him in Yellowstone, he's the patriarch of this super rich family. Yeah, I can't remember his name. I haven't really watched the show either. I just said it. I watched some clips. But I know that's the kind of guy he's known for now. And I think that's the kind of guy he kind of wants to be known for. And I think these roles like Tin Cup or even A Perfect World, they're not really Costner-esque roles in terms of him being these larger life characters. That's what you think of. You think of all those bigger movies with Dances with Wolves. You think of the movie The Horizon. You think of the epics. The quadrilogy he's trying to do. So yeah, I think that kind of like Kevin Costner's other roles. I think that golf is kind of specific. I think people like me, I think wider audiences that think golf is, for rich old white guys is
it's not.
That's a widely held opinion though. So I think that kind of kills people's interest in it's not a basketball or football or baseball movie, which I think has a wider appeal. So I think those reasons are probably why it's forgotten, because otherwise it's a terrific movie. And I think maybe just the passage of time.
Well, you're talking about like you can't go down to the park and have a pickup golf game.
Right. Which is, I think,
sure.
There's something, I think when we talked about White Men Can't Jump, it's relatable because it literally is about pickup games. Yeah. So it's a lot more relatable to be like, yeah, I just went down, like everyone everywhere has played pickup games of basketball at their local playground. And I think that is different than Tin Cup, and I think that lowers or limits the audience who doesn't know that otherwise it's a movie that anybody can enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's rad.
Okay.
Do you have any other?
It's 30 years old. I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I think if you're not into the sport, you're not going to gravitate towards that. I mean, it's 30th anniversary this year, so let's go, Fathom. Let's see this in the theaters.
It's not streaming. Let's put it on. Who's the big
Warner Brothers?
Warner Brothers.
So it's probably
let's go HBO.
Tied up somewhere in Paramount's Skydance, Warner Brothers, whatever
merger thing.
Yeah. No, it's I think it's just 3 years old. It's an older film. It's not when people talk Kevin Costner, I know it's not the first 5 films I talk about, like you talked about. So
yep,
it's one of those, but it's definitely worth going back towards. And I think, I mean, I would highly recommend this. And I think it's forgotten for a lot of reasons you said. That's all I got.
Sweet.
Where can they find us?
ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your shows. You're watching or listening to us right now. Everything you can rate, comment, and all that kind of stuff, and subscribe. Please, all that stuff really helps our show.
Yeah.
I know we say it every episode, but it really does. So please. Please help the show.
Don't beg.
No, please. I'm past the point of caring. Please subscribe and like.
See what you're doing? You're going to unhouse this man. Why are you laughing? It's an epidemic.
But yeah, it really helps the show grow. If you like us, we have a Patreon. Hopefully you like us. You like us. You got to the end of the episode, so you probably like us. Or you're waiting to angrily comment and hope we took something back.
You're actively giving the finger to the screen.
If you go on our Patreon, we say at the beginning, we have over 350 episodes of this thing, plus our shorts, plus our now showings, plus our lead ups. And on Patreon, if you join even for free, you can see what we're doing all over the place. We put it all on our posts on Patreon. If you want to join, it's $3 to get exclusive episodes, to get merch discounts, to get access to our Patreon chat where you can chat directly to us. If you type something in that Patreon chat, we'll talk back with you. We'll have a conversation, and you get exclusive double voting for our audience choice selections, which as of this recording, I'm going to put out the next vote very shortly for this upcoming season. And that's what I got.
Awesome. Join us next week as we're actually going to do a film that you never saw, right?
No, but you had recommended to me when it came out, and I never watched it.
Because I remember watching this film, and I had low expectations because I didn't know what I was going to get.
Right.
And I really liked it. So we're doing The Vast of Night. It's a Prime original. Came out during the pandemic. So of course it got forgotten. So that's why we do the show. But anyways, that is next week. And with Disclosure Day around the corner, I think this is a really good film.
It was. I thought that was a good choice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good. So I'm excited to talk about that. So that's next week, The Vast of Night. Until then, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Field.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. Sorry, that's terrible. I apologize.